Welcome and many thanks for joining us on today's edition of Weekly Digest on Uhtv Naija. I remain your host, Kizito, and today promises to be an exciting edition of the show as we have so many burning issues on the front burner as regards political development in the country. And today I have a guest with me who would help me dissect some of these issues, and he is no other person than Vitus Ndoji. He is a social media influencer and a medical doctor by profession. Vitus, you're welcome to Uhtv Naija.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you, viewers.
Okay, on the front burner for today's discourse is the Muslim ticket of the APC, which has been causing reports in the country. And after that, we'll be looking at the Osun State election, which will be held on Saturday this week. We have the APC campaign, the PDP campaign, and of course, the Labour Party campaign. And we'll also be looking at Wike, Makinde, Autumn, Ibazo, and Igbanye's absence in the PDP rally that was held yesterday, and also many other issues that we'll be discussing when we come back from this break. Please stay with us. It is still Uhtv Naija, and I will be back in a jiffy. Welcome back, and still many thanks for staying with us. The presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, last few days made open the choice of his running mate. And of course, people were expecting him to come up with that announcement because the person on the list of INEC was on placeholder capacity. So everyone expected him to come up with a candidate. But the shocking or the surprising thing about that announcement is that for the first time since 1999 in the history of Nigeria, that we have a political party that will be featuring a presidential candidate and a vice from the same religious persuasion, that is Muslim ticket. This has not gone down with many Nigerians, especially those that are of Christian faith, and of course some traditionalists as well. The Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, has also come out with a press release condemning such decision by the ruling party. However, some political analysts, especially those who Tinubu enjoys their sympathy, have argued that the choice of a candidate or a running mate should be premised on the ability of the candidate to contribute meaningfully in the victory of the party. And this, Tinubu thinks that Shetima, coming from the north, will do to that APC ticket. Dr. Vitus, this is the first time we are having such development in Nigeria. And of course, you know that Nigeria, if you come to religion, it is majorly Christian and Muslim. If you come to tribe, the major tribe, Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. Now, people are saying this is more or less trying to relegate the Christians in Nigeria. Do you share that view with this ticket?
Of course, I do share that view with especially those from the Christian community from the north. Because when the presidential candidate of APC, Senator, His Excellency Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, reviewed his candidate, his running mate rather, Governor Shetima, former governor of Borno State, I know I expected such outroar from people. I know I expected such outcry from people. I know people will condemn it, but anybody coming to tell us that he or she does not have this in mind before now is either trying to lie to himself or trying to be economical with the truth, because everything was so glaring before us that APC is going for a Muslim ticket. They have this view that all that matters is to win election and grab power. They don't care about the feelings or the how people feel or what people think about them. All they care about is just to win that election, and they think the only way they can do that is just for a Muslim, a northern Muslim and a southern Muslim ticket, and which they've done even before Ahmed Bola Tinubu made this choice. Our own dear brother, Senator Joseph Okalo, even have also given him a nod, giving him his advice that if he was the one that won that ticket, he will go for a Muslim running mate, and they will join it. And that is nothing that the aim of every political party is to win an election, and they believe. Yes, I understand from the point of view that those people, especially like I said, my Christian brothers in the north, because they told us that both they searched for a competent Shatima, yes, a competent running mate, which means by implication they are trying to tell us that there is no competent Christian human being or Christian politician or Christian member of APC, anybody, that there is no competent one they saw in the north, so they have to go for a Muslim ticket.
Well, strategically, if you are Ahmed Bola Tinubu, and after much analysis of your chances, of course, you know you'll be facing a master in the game, I mean, from the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and of course, someone from the Labour Party whom the youth seem to have queried, behind his aspiration. Now, if you are Ahmed Bola Tinubu, after your homework, you discover, or it was clear, it became clear that a Muslim northern running mate would give you the victory. Would you be bold enough? Would you go for it, or try to do an all-inclusive campaign that will accommodate the Christians at the detriment of your victory? So if you are in Ahmed Bola Tinubu's shoe and these are the options for you, which would you go for?
Like I said earlier, APC does not care about what you feel or what you think about them. That is just the truth. Your question is very clear. If I'm in his shoes and I want to serve Nigeria, and I'm ready, I have this zeal to serve Nigeria, and I want what will unite this country at a time like this, at a time in our nation like this, that somebody cannot travel from here to the neighboring states without the fear of unknown. A time when a lady was burned to death for Christian and religious issues. A time when nobody, like a Christian member, cannot freely practice his religion before his Muslim brothers. I think these people does not care about how you feel. If I'm him, if I'm in his shoes, and I think I want to run an all-inclusive government, this shouldn't be an issue. Listen, let me tell you, if this was very possible to have achieved, I think Tinubu and Buhari would have run this Muslim ticket in 2015.
Times and circumstances have changed, because this is the first time we'll be having a southern candidate who is a Muslim. Traced back to 1999 to 2007 when we had Obasanjo. He's from the south, but he's a Christian. Traced to Jonathan, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan from the south, or a Christian. And now for Tinubu, the case seems to be the different. He's from the south and a Muslim. And if you want to juxtapose the popularity of Muslims in the northern states of the country and the south, you could say that it is more popular in the north. That is not to say that states like Plateau, Kwara, Adamawa, Benue, and that they don't have Christians in their number. But the question is, when someone mentions the north, what comes to your mind is a Muslim state. Now, to penetrate the north, where Atiku is coming from, do you not think at that point he should drop issue of all-inclusive government, but to try and, if not winning the north, but to whistle, to reduce significantly Atiku's votes?
That is how sure are we that the northerners will prefer having a vice president or instead of having a vice president or having a president, which one do you think they will go for?
Well, the issue is you go back to the times Buhari have run against some Southern. Buhari lost.
Yes, Buhari ran against.
And then most of those times they have a Northern running for vice president with the South going for president. Now the issue is most of the APC governors in the North are Muslims. So I am thinking, and I'm asking you, do you not think that what Tinubu took is the best decision based on his ambition to become the next president of Nigeria?
What I told you here a few minutes ago, I said for him personally, because Tinubu sees it as he has a destiny to become the president of this nation.
It is his turn.
Yes, that is what he said. He said it's his turn. So to him, he can do everything humanly possible to grab that power. But why these people are crying, why many people are against it today is because we know that we don't have that religious tolerance in Nigeria. We don't have that freedom. Yes, we believe that they said we have freedom of worship and freedom of association here, but we know over there, those living there, the Christians over the Christian communities over there, don't have that freedom. Now that we even have a vice president who is a Christian and a president who is a Muslim. Now, how do you want these people? How do you think that these people will feel? What do you make of them living in a nation where we now have a Muslim president and a Muslim vice president? To the presidential candidate of APC, for him, this is a nice calculation. He's thinking he's going to get the Muslim community in the north. They will vote because of Shetima. He will not get the southwest, and probably he will win. But we are not looking at it. Is it all about grabbing power? That is why we are now saying that these people have shown us that going forward, that they have nothing. They will not even consult anybody. They don't have anything to fear because they got power from anywhere. They can do anything with the power. So if not, the future days, there will be a very big trouble in this country.
Okay, Dr. Vitus, let's go over to Osun State, where the attention of the nation has shifted to, of course, the global election will be happening Saturday this week, that is tomorrow. And the last few days I've seen the Labour Party, the APC, and most recently the PDP, having their mega rally, the last rally before the election proper. So from what you have seen of these three parties, of course, the incumbent governor, Oyetola of the APC, is running for the second tenure, and then the man who also he contested against, a few years ago, Adeleke of the PDP, still the man on the ballot for tomorrow's election. From what you have seen, clips, speeches, videos, body languages, reactions of people towards this election, what is your assessment of this election? What are the chances of these parties winning?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate the Osun people for going back to the polls after 4 years. We know what happened in 2018 when Senator Adeleke and the Oyetola contested. Yes, there was an outcry then due to the inconclusive nature of that election that year, which Adeleke was to an extent leading the incumbent governor today. He was leading before it was cancelled, or the distance put inconclusive, and a rerun or a runoff was announced later by INEC, which Oyetola now, after the exercise, was declared winner. It's a good thing, unlike 2018, when it was just two-horse race, the PDP and the APC. It's nice, it's a welcome development that today we are now looking at a third option, which is the Labour Party. And going by their debate a few days ago, everybody who watched it and those who didn't even watch and read online or whatever, watched the video clip later the day, could believe or could say the Labour guy stands out. But we know in Nigeria, debates don't win elections. History have taught us that several times. We've seen places where this person will perform excellently, except in Anambra State last year, when Professor Soludo really stood out and he won that debate and still won the election. So before then, we've not seen where a brilliant or a very exceptional candidate wins. So it will still boil down to a two-horse race
between the
PDP and the APC. That is what I predict. I predict a two-horse race, but at the end of the day, Oyetola will have his way.
Power of incumbency or by popularity contest?
This is
by federal minds?
We know this is Ahmed Bola Tinubu's territory. Tinubu, this is an election Adeleke against Tinubu, not Adeleke against Oyetola per se. Yes, Adeleke is contested against Tinubu and the current governor.
And even the federal government.
Even the federal government, yes. What happened in Imo North, Okigwe Zone in 2018, 5th December, during the rerun election, senatorial rerun, where the PDP guy, Okewolono, contested against Arume and Frankie Bezim, and also the state government. He fought a good fight, but at the end of the day, it will not be enough.
Okay, one significant thing that happened yesterday during the PDP rally, of course, the presidential candidate of the PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, returned from his Dubai trip to join in that final rally that was held in Osogbo. But one significant thing, or one thing that was of notice, is the absence of some governors from the PDP. Notably Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, Ugwuanyi of Enugu State, Ikpeazu of Abia State, Makinde of Oyo State, of which is one of the states in the southwest, you know, and Autumn Emmanuel. And then this their absence continues to fuel this speculation that there are factions or camps in PDP. Recall that there have been news, it has been in the news that since after the choice of Okowa as the running mate of Atiku, Governor Wike and his gang, the governors I mentioned, have not been happy with the party and the decision to select Okowa. Do you think that their absence from that rally yesterday was in protest of their grievances or some of the issues they are yet to iron out with the party?
Yes, they are human beings, especially Governor Wike. He fought a good fight during the primary elections, and at a point he was being considered being the running mate to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And just like we all know that the choice of the running mate is solely to the candidate. The candidate said he gave, there was a committee, which Governor Samuel Otom was the chairman anyway. They told us that they nominated 3 persons, Governor Wike, Odom Emmanuel, and Okowa of Delta State. And amongst the 17 of them, according to him, 14 went with Governor Wike. So their only annoyance is that even if Atiku Abubakar wants to pick somebody else, he should tell the popular choice, the people's choice, the governor's choice, that these are my reasons why I'm dropping this person for the other person. But let me tell you, my brother, nobody, I'm not holding brief for His Excellency Alhaji Abubakar Atiku. I'm not holding brief for him either. I'm just saying that being a politician, you will never want a vice president with Wike's character. You will not want such person. Wike is an over-ambitious human being. And you cannot tell a man not to be ambitious about his life. The only thing to do here is that they are protesting, no doubt. They are not happy with the selection or whatever that occurred during the selection process. They are not happy with it. But the problem here is the Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has not done enough to incorporate these guys, to bring them around round table. They need to discuss. I need to know my stake. Going forward, you have this, I've lost this, I've lost this. Wike have lost the presidential ticket. He has also lost the vice presidential slot. So I've lost this and I've lost this. What do I stand to gain standing behind you? And owing to the fact that Wike has been the lone voice standing out for PDP since 2015, when this same Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and co left the party and formed and made sure that the party lost that election.
Let's put things into proper perspective. You said Wike is an ambitious politician.
Yes.
And in the same breath, you said he has held this party even when Atiku left.
Yes.
And now the question is it out of place for someone who have invested in this party to be ambitious to be rewarded with a vice presidential slot? Do you think that has been of ambition?
It's been of ambitious. Why do I say this?
Politics is give and take.
That is what I'm saying, my brother. I know Governor Wike told us, everybody, that he is not contesting this presidential election to be settled or to be considered or to be, how will I even put it? He said he's not running to get a vice presidential slot. No, he's not ready for that. He's in and he's in. And if I go by his words, he told us openly before the convention that if he merges, he will remain in PDP. If he loses today's contest, that he will work with the man that emerged.
But he's still in PDP.
We've not said it. I never said he has left PDP. Okay. All I'm saying is this: whatever he's doing now, he has the right to do it, because both the winner, politics is a very big cake that everybody will come. You have to share. Wike and his group have to come into consideration. What do we stand to gain if we work with you? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's not supposed to be angry or they are not supposed to protest.
You made a statement that if you were in Atiku's shoe, you wouldn't have gone for the choice of
Wike. I would not.
Now, looking at Wike's political clout, looking at his popularity, of course, he's more popular than Okowa. He has much political clout.
You don't. I disagree.
Let me. He has more political clout than Okowa. For a state governor to have up to 4 or 5 governors in his ranks, that shows that he has what it takes to sway opinion and even dictates what happens in the PDP. Would you want to drop such a person for a less fancied Okowa who could have easily been pacified if Wike was chosen?
Wike had so many political enemies. Let's assume that Wike was picked ahead of Okowa. In South, Wike is not in good terms with the Delta Edo State Governor Baseki.
Okay.
Wike is not in good terms with Bayelsa Senator Derry.
Yeah.
He's not in good terms with Emmanuel Odom of Akwa Ibom State. He's not in good terms with the man they picked, the Okowa himself. Now, how are you going to go out for a battle when in your own zone? If Wike had been picked, this group of people I mentioned now will still be, they will still move over to the other side of the road, shouting and crying. They will not. These ones will now join him. So he has so many political enemies everywhere. In Imo, Wike made this P2B that is about to cost PDP so dearly in Southeast, if not for anywhere, at least in Southeast. Wike played a very big role that made that man to leave PDP before the primary elections.
By contesting?
Not even by contesting. He hijacked Anambra State's delegate list.
That's an assumption. There is no evidence to prove that.
There is, my brother. There are. Even in Imo, we know what happened. We know what happened in Imo. Because we know the game he played with senators.
The fact remains that there might be speculations, but when there are no concrete evidence, because Wike wasn't the chairperson of the convention in Anambra. He wasn't even there.
You will not say you will not just try to pretend. Don't tell me you want to pretend that you don't know. That you don't know the role.
We will deal with empirical evidence.
Didn't you know the role Senator Young played during the primary?
I don't know.
That would be a topic for
I don't know. We will not make unfounded statements on this platform.
Wike on several occasions insulted P2B. On several occasions, will you say you don't know about it?
That was recorded. You are referring to when he went to Anambra State to say he went to...
Even on Channels Television, he said it.
Those are, of course, you are not pointing to platforms where he said it, but you cannot point to a place
I'm telling you what happened. Even here in Imo State, it happened.
In a nutshell, you think Atiku made the better choice?
Yes, he made the best choice. Because he made a better choice because in 2015, Delta State gave PDP 1 point something million votes. River State, the same.
But Rivers was higher.
But both of them reached 1 million points.
Now,
the same number of votes. Both of them.
Now, the issue, let's round up this. The issue is, do you think if this issue is not resolved, looking at the ego of Wike, would it cost PDP the presidential election? Is it?
It's going to harm the party, no doubt. Nobody goes to a party with a divided house. They all have to come together, agree on a common goal, share power, share stuffs. Who gets this and who gets this? Eventually who wins. What do I get? Most of them are outgoing governors, except Governor of Oyo State, Makinde, that is running for a second term. Almost all the people you mentioned are outgoing governors. So these men are jobless. They need to get job. They need to get started. They still need to work going forward.
All right, they still need to work together going forward. That's Dr. Vitus Ndoji's words to PDP leadership and, of course, those aggrieved members. When we take a break, when we come back, we'll still be looking at the development in Osun State. Of course, particularly the statement from Ahmed Bola Tinubu, which didn't go down well with supporters and the fans of the Labour Party candidate, Mr. Peter will be. Stay with us. It is still Uhtv Naija Weekly Digest. I'm still your host, and I'll still be available when next we come. Thank you for joining us. It is the last lap of the show for this week's edition, and I'm still dwelling on Osun State election. The presidential candidate of the APC, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, during the mega rally of the APC, made a statement, although it was made in his native language, Yoruba, but the interpretation, what it means if you interpret it in English language, is that he made a sneer remarks on Labour Party supporters and even the candidates of the Labour Party in the election, where he called them Montreal Party and said that they will labor in vain. And this has caused ripples from supporters of Peter Obi. And in the minds of Tinubu and some political leaders who have been of the opinion that Peter Obi's popularity only ends on social media, that there is no grassroots structure for him to campaign effectively and even challenge the two main parties for this for the presidency, and this might have informed Tinubu's choice of words. Seeing them as jokers. Do you really think that the Labour Party that what they are doing will not transcend to quality? Electoral acting that they could be proud of, to say even if we don't win, but we went very close to winning.
Yeah, like I've told you earlier, I said it's a good thing we are having a three horse race this time around. Both Peter Obi's emergence as the Labour Party candidate have given the party a very big life. The party is breathing well in all parts of the country, especially here in the southeast. Even if they don't win, being Peter Obi and his group, even if they don't make it to Aso Rock by 2023, I think after the exercise, both him and his supporters will wake up one morning and said, we fought well, we did well. It's not going to be the issue of APC, PDP, others go and browse your results, just like a mere joke we used to tell other candidates before now, that they should go and browse theirs. His comments, if actually these people are not giving you sleepless nights, I don't think you wake up and begin to attack somebody you think is just, they are just joking, and you just wake up in a campaign, in a rally of such magnitude, of such crowd, you just wake up and said these people are laboring in vain. It shows that you are being afraid, you are being threatened by their popularity, whether online or offline. Something is being done, and that statement shows a man who has acknowledged these people. They are doing something that you are not saying this thing they are doing, they will labor in vain.
You think Nigeria youths are ready to vote to have a president that will not represent the APC or PDP in 2023?
For the first time, I'm proud of our youths, because I can remember in 2019 I made an article where I challenged our youths to go and get their PVC in 2019. I told them then that I wrote in that thing that during elections, you see these Hausa people, Boki, all these guys, all of them, the Okada guys, they will go back to their states and they will vote. All of them have PVC. All of them, both those barrow pushers and these condemned iron guys, they have their PVC intact. Before election, 1 week before election, they've left this place. And they will come back after 1 week or 2 weeks after the elections. But here, we have IMSU, we have Nekede, we have Avan. Everybody, none of them has this PVC. The one that have it, has it only, they use it for bank purposes. So I am happy. I am very, very happy that the youths now sleep in INEC centers just to get that PVC.
Most projections online is that P2B will win the election, not minding whether Labour Party is popular or they have structure. That is going to be somewhat like a movement. Do you share same opinion?
I think the movement is just a movement. It just started a few months, or it's barely 2 months, right? Barely 2 months. There's still work to be done. When we get there, when we assess them after 5 months, and we will now know what will happen. For now, they are doing well.
Well, for now, Labour Party and P2B is doing well. That's the parting word of Dr. Vitus Ndoji. And of course, he did say that everyone should go and get his PVC. It's not really about the Southeast or South-South. Bad governance caused across the length and breadth of Nigeria. What is obtainable in the North is what is obtainable in the South as far as governance is concerned. So everyone must go get their PVCs. And George, put the candidates, all of them, on a table and ask yourself, if Nigeria is your private enterprise, if Nigeria is a private company and you want to employ one of them to change the fortune of your company, to take your company to the next side and manage it effectively, who among these candidates would you root for? So do not do it because he is from Igbo, he is from Hausa, or he's from Yoruba. Remember, Nigeria is the only country we call ours. And where we are, we cannot afford to go deeper. Rather, we need someone that will effectively manage our differences, cutting across religion, tribe, and what have you. And on Uhtv Naija, we always encourage you to get your PVC. Your vote counts, because if it doesn't count, there won't be vote buying. Politicians give you money in exchange of your vote. That is to say that your vote counts. And the electronic transmission of results has made it almost impossible for people to rig elections. So if you want to change this Nigeria, if you want us to have a Nigeria that we dream of, a Nigeria that we will be proud of, and a Nigeria that we will also be willing to live for our children and the generations yet unborn, the power is in your hands. Few months from now, you will exercise that power, and the only license for you to exercise this power is your PVC. Of course, whatever choice you make is yours, and we will be here to be recipients of that choice. That is why you must consider, above all things, the well-being of Nigeria in your decision making. This is where I will call it a wrap on today's edition of Weekly Digest on Uhtv Naija. I will be back next week to also bring you developments in the political scene in Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. Till then, I still remain Duru Kizito, and of course, special thank you, Dr. Vitus, for being with us. I hope next time I call on you, you will still oblige us this humble request.
Thank you very much, I will.
To you out there listening to us, do have a wonderful week ahead. Bye for now.